All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. It's Dr. E. Man, breaking news, hot off the press. All proverbial ish has hit the fan, man. Look, before I get into it, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and comment on the video. Help the viewership up, continue to go up. But yeah, this is breaking news, man. Kanye West has been on a tear for the last couple of weeks, man. Wow. First he got banned by Instagram, making anti-S statements. Then he got banned on Twitter. He just wouldn't stop. Then he went and did a Drink Champs interview. He said a bunch of stuff, and then they kind of ended up pulling the video from that, even though a lot of other places re-uploaded the video in its entirety. This brother's just, he's just all over the place, man. And I can't even call it. I'm like, wow. I'm just confused. Let me get my thoughts together on this, because first of all, he was saying that he was worth 10 and 11 billion. So how you go from being worth 10 and 11 billion to back to 400 million because he lost his deal with Adidas? Because that's apparently the situation that happened to where he's not a billionaire anymore, because Adidas dropped him. Gap is in the middle of dropping him. His documentary by some talent agency, whatever, they're dropping him. This lawyer who represented some high profile actor, I think Johnny Depp, he wanted to hire her. She not working with him. It's like, man, I don't know what his end game was, my people, but it dropped on him hard and heavy and fast. I don't know if he thought he just got beside himself, or he just thought he was really just untouchable. I don't know. He even said a while back when he first came out, even if you drive a Benz, you still an N-word in a coupe. He should have took his own advice. I don't care how much money you have. When you look like me and you, my people, they don't care about our money, man. That little billion or whatever he's worth, that's cute to them, right? They don't care about that. And anytime a corporation can say keep your money, Forbes even cut ties with him. A bank. A bank. I think he said he had like 140 million in the bank, and I'm like, come on. Like, are you even serious right now? Like, man, I don't think I ever seen anything like this. I don't know what possessed this brother to come out and do this to himself. Like, why would you do this to yourself? Like, forget the fact of the outlandish things he said. Oh, and on top of that, the George Floyd family is suing him for 250 million because he actually got on Drink Champs and spit a right-wing conspiracy theory talking about the brother died from fentanyl, when the autopsy clearly said that the brother died from asphyxiation with that cop's knee being on his neck. So then a little before that, it was the White Lives Matter T-shirt, and it's like, dude, what are you trying to tell us? And people are still trying to cape for him and make excuses. And Kanye is continuing to tell us where he's at right now, and he keeps talking about this Candace Owens. Then he told me he's going to buy this parlor, this right wing website or whatever, where they talk a lot of crazy stuff on there. But then someone said, well, shoot, if he doing that just because he got shut down with Instagram and Twitter, they got the same thing with Parler, because because if you want to have an app with Apple or Google, you have to have a certain, you have to have content moderation. You can't just say anything you want. Listen, the reality is, and I've touched on this before, my people, there is no freedom of speech is an illusion, man. You understand? That's a facade. There's no real freedom of speech. It ain't about who's controlling it. The bottom line is, you can't say, or you can say whatever you want, but there's repercussions behind what you say, right? You have to be mindful of that. And it doesn't even matter substantive if some of the stuff that he touching on is has some truth to it or has some substance. It's not even about that at this point. Like, dude, you got kids. Like, you losing money, because he made a statement that he wasn't losing no money because Balenciaga dropped him. stuff keeps coming to me about who all dropped them. This is like in the last week. So now, because Adidas have this is breaking news, just dropped him. I guess this happened today. I don't know, but Forbes is reporting that Kanye West is no longer a billionaire since he lost his Adidas deal, and it says net worth drops to like 400 million, which I remember that's what it was before all this billionaire stuff. So it makes you go, So his deal with Adidas made him a billionaire. And then I'm hearing other reports that Yeezy supposedly sold billions. They talking about 1.7 billion. That's what Yeezy did last year. And remember, Kanye West owns Yeezy. He owns that. Like, there's no 50-50 with Yeezy. He owns that, flat out. So I don't know where they're getting, even if they were just looking at the 1.7 billion that Yeezy did last year. Like, as the owner of that brand, there's no way you're going to tell me he don't have at least half of that just from last year. So there's no way if his Yeezy's brand has been doing billions for the last 6-7 years, there's no way I really think what this is this is a smear campaign. They're trying to diminish him, because I don't believe that. I don't believe he's no longer a billionaire because he lost his Adidas deal. I mean, make it make sense, right? Y'all can tell me what y'all think in the comment, but let me hold on, give me a second. And the source is Tracy Cowan for Complex magazine, complex.com. And they're reporting that the artist formerly known as Kanye West is no longer a billionaire, quote unquote, per Forbes. Because Forbes just be in everybody's business. They know who's a billionaire, who's not, whatever, right? Right. The update arrived shortly after Adidas announced the immediate termination of its deal with Ye, following a string of comments that have been widely called out as y'all know what. According to the publication, Ye is worth an estimated $400 million without the Adidas deal, which is valued at $1.5 billion, which that doesn't make sense. In a recent Piers Morgan interview, notably, Ye said he had maybe only $120 million in his account. Adidas, quote, Adidas does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech, a rep for the company said in a press release shared on Tuesday, adding that Ye's recent remarks were unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, end quote. As previously reported, Adidas had formally placed the Yeezy partnership under review earlier this month. Several other collaborators have similarly distanced themselves from Ye, including Balenciaga, The Shop, owned by LeBron James. Meanwhile, announced its decision earlier this month not to air the interview with Ye. In a statement to Anscape, Spring Hill Company CEO and Shop co-host Maverick Carter said, Ye had used this would-be appearance to reiterate more hate speech and extremely dangerous stereotypes. And then it goes on to say the rapper Jeezy was supposed to be on there too, whatever. But of course, when he pulled it, that pulled his interview as well. So that's that. But listen, man, I don't even know what to say at this point, man. This is crazy. I mean, wow. Like, I don't wish no harm or no ill will on nobody. And definitely not nobody looks like me and you, man. But I mean, this is all self-inflicted, though. I mean, he running his mouth. I mean, I think he really was believing his press clippings. Like he really thought he was untouchable and he can say and do what he want. I mean, they showing him exactly who you are, dude. It don't matter how much shoes, Yeezys you sell or whatever the case may be. You still N-word, like you said in your rhyme many years ago. Don't get it twisted, man. Don't believe your press clippings. I can't. I don't understand where he's going. I mean, what's your end game? I mean, you come out, you bust out with some White Lives Matter, shirt, and then you get on Piers Morgan and you say that no one is more misunderstood than the straight white male. Like, I mean, dude, where are you coming from, man? And I'm gonna tell you something. There's still gonna be some of us that are gonna try to cape for him and make excuses. Oh, now he's free. This and that. Listen. I don't care how you try. I don't care whoever it is, how you try to spin this. My grandfather always told me there's a right and a wrong way to do things. And if he wanted to be, quote unquote, free from all these companies, there was a way to do it. There's no way you can spin this. There's nothing good about all these people not wanting to do business with you. Let's just say they got it wrong and he is still a billionaire, a multi-billionaire. What good is being a multi-billionaire when you're a pariah? And for those who know what that word pariah means, an outcast. Like you can't say nothing. Like you just a black person with money, because you don't have a voice. The whole point of having money and celebrity is to be a voice, to have platforms of, for to speak to issues regarding, things that you care about and people you care about, right? So what good is having money when you don't have nowhere you don't have no platforms? Because I mean, and then on top of that, if you only worth 400 million, if we believe Forbes, and Kanye West is no longer a billionaire and dropped back down to 400 million, that brings that $50 million lawsuit by the Floyd family into deeper focus, if y'all know what I mean. Okay, because and like I said, all of this is self-inflicted. He brought all of this on himself, man. There's no way to spin this. This dude let his big mouth and his arrogant attitude get him in. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. But look, this is hot off the press, breaking news. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section, man. But yeah, I mean, all I can say is, the brother did it to himself, man. But I wish him and his family well. But I mean, this all self-inflicted. His mouth, his attitude, his arrogance. You can't tell him nothing. That's what he says. Well, they telling him a lot. So y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. All right, this Dr. E. I'm out. Shalom, elect.